أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا وحبيبنا وإمامنا وشفيعنا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله حمدا الحمد لله شكرا الحمد لله رب العالمين. I am delighted and honored to welcome you to Light Upon Light at Afrocentric TV. Alhamdulillah, my name remains Ghania Akurede. Today I want to encourage us to keep striving as we have been striving from the beginning of Ramadan to get to the highest place ever, with Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The best of you in the sight of Allah, with Allah, under the consideration of Allah, the best amongst you, amongst us humans, are the most God-fearing, the most God-conscious. And so if we happen to be the best amongst the most God-conscious, what do we need to do to attain that status? What do we need to do such that by the time when we end Ramadan, we will have been well accomplished? We would have, qualified as one of the best as far as Allah's reckoning is concerned. So to guide us, we're going to turn to the Quran as usual. And today we shall read from Quran, Surah Al-Waqi'ah. Surah Al-Waqi'ah, I think it's Quran 56, I'm not sure, but Surah Al-Waqi'ah, right? So Surah Al-Waqi'ah, in it, Allah informs us of the three categories of people on the day of Qiyamah, on the day when the reality occurs. People will be grouped into three main categories. The first category, as-sabiqun, as-sabiqun, the foremost, the VIPs, the forerunners. Wa ashab al-yamin, and the companions of the right. Wa ashab al-shimal, and the companions of the left. May Almighty Allah not count us amongst the companions of the left. So who are they? The forerunners, the ashab al-yamin, or ashab al-shimal? Let us find out from the Quran. So if you have a copy of the Quran, we can read together, inshallah ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا وقعت الواقعة ليس لوقعتها كاذبة خافضة رافعة إذا رجت الأرض رجا وبست الجبال بسا فكانت هباء منبثا وكنتم أزواجا ثلاثا فأصحاب الميمنة ما أصحاب الميمنة وأصحاب المشأمة ما أصحاب المشأمة والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم ثلة من الأولين وقليل من الآخرين على سرر موضونة متكئين عليها متقابلين يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون بأكواب وأباريق وكأس من معين لا يصدعون عنها ولا ينزفون وفاكهة مما يتخيرون ولحم طير مما يشتهون وحور عين كأمثال اللؤلؤ المكنون جزاء بما كانوا يعملون لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغ رسوله الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. Meaning, I seek refuge in Allah the Most High from the accursed Satan, in the name of Allah the Most Gracious, the Most Merciful. When the occurrence occurs, there is at its occurrence no denial. Yani the occurrence, there is no doubt about it, it's going to happen. That is the day of judgment. It will bring down some and raise up others. When the earth is shaken with convulsion, and the mountains are broken down, crumbling, and become dust dispersing, and you become of three kinds. Yani all of us will be put in three groups. Then the companions of the right. What are the companions of the right? Or who are the companions of the right? And the companions of the left. What are the companions of the left? And the forerunners. The forerunners. Those are the ones brought near to Allah in the gardens of pleasure. A large company of the former peoples and a few of later peoples. Yani the forerunners, most of them have gone back to Allah. But part of the later generation, our generation and those to come after us, there are still some of the foreigners. I pray that you and I will be amongst the foreigners. Ya Rab. And a few of the later peoples. On thrones woven with ornaments. This is where they're going to be sitting. Thrones. It's not just cushion shell. Thrones. Thrones woven with ornaments, decorated, embroidered, reclining on them and facing each other. You remember the program we had on the 7 special people that will be put under the shade of Allah on the day when there will be no shade except the shade of Allah. Now those are part of the people that will be the foreigners, you know. They're going to be sitting on that ornamented, embroidered thrones like royalties. And there will circulate among them young boys made eternal. Young boys, these are angels, and they're going to be perpetually young boys serving us drinks, Ya Rab, inshallah, with vessels, pitchers, and a cup of wine from flowing spring. Wine that does not intoxicate, sweet, delicious, yumicious, if I can use that word. Those young boys will be running up and down, you know, as they will give you just enough for you to drink. That won't be too much, that won't be too little, just enough. And if you just think about, I wish I could have some more of this drink, they're there serving you already. MashaAllah. No headache will they have therefrom, nor will they be intoxicated. This wine will not give you hangover. It will not give you headache. It will not intoxicate you. You will not be talking rubbish, you know, like the wine of this world. So if you deny yourself the pleasure of drinking the wine of this world, then expect the wine of the hereafter that is non-alcoholic. And it is even better than the non-alcoholic of this world. No alcohol, it's not intoxicating. It's wine, all right. It doesn't give you hangover. It doesn't give you headache. I would rather wait for that than indulge in drinking the wine of this world. And fruits of which they select. I mean, yours for the taking. Just wish it and you get it. Any kind of fruits. And the meat of fowl. Is it chicken? Is it turkey? Is it tolotolo? Is it which one? Which fowl do you want that you will not be given? And from whatever they desire. Subhanallah, mashallah. And for them are fair women with large, beautiful eyes. Well, that is for the men, Abi. How about us women? I'm coming to that, don't worry. And for them are fair women with large, beautiful eyes, the likeness of pearls well protected, as reward for what they used to do. They will not hear therein ill speech or commission of sin. Nobody will be committing sins, and nobody will be hating each other in Al-Jannah. Only a saying only a saying of peace and peace and peace. Salam, salam. That's all they're going to be hearing. And that reminds me of the story of one of our old women, old mothers in the days of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This old grandma, old, and big in size and everything. So she was hoping and praying that, Ya Allah, make me amongst the dwellers of Al-Jannah. In fact, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been giving people news of being members of Al-Jannah. Let me go and ask him whether me too, I will receive the good news of being a member of Al-Jannah. So, she went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asked the Prophet, Ya Rasulallah, Ya Rasulallah, can you please give me glad tidings as you have done to the likes of Abu Bakr and the rest of them who have received their ticket of Al-Jannah from this world? Am I going to be put in Al-Jannah? Will Allah grant me admission into Al-Jannah? Will I be one of the foreigners or Ashabul Yamin? And Prophet Muhammad smiled and said, Mama, there is no place for old people in Al-Jannah. Did you hear what I said? There is no space, no place for old people in Al-Jannah. Ha! They must say, So I am not going to go to Al-Jannah. Ya Rasulullah, help me, beg Allah to give me Al-Jannah. What did I do? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiled. In fact, he laughed and said, Mama, what I'm trying to tell you is that before you enter into Al-Jannah, Allah would have recreated you into a beautiful maiden, with big, large, beautiful eyes that look like pearls. You will be young again, and you will remain perpetually young and beautiful. Then you will enter Al-Jannah. And this is the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The way to lighten the burden on the hearts of people, to make people feel good when they feel, agitated. And, this is his sense of humor. He will tell jokes, but he never told a lie, not even as a joke. So, we hope, Ya Allah, that we be amongst the people of the right, the companions of the right, or at least let us be the people amongst, I hope that we'll be among the foreigners, or at least let us be among the Ashabul Yamin. But who are the Ashabul Yamin? Let's find out from Allah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa Ashabul Yamin, ma Ashabul Yamin, fi sidrin makhdud, وطلح ممدود وظيل ممدود وماء مسكوب وفاكهة كثيرة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة وفرش مرفوعة إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء فجعلناهن أبكارا عربا أترابا لأصحاب اليمين ثلة من الأولين وثلة من الآخرين. صدق الله العظيم. So, the companions of the right. Who are the companions of the right? They will be among low trees with thorns removed and banana trees layered with fruit and shade extended and water poured out and fruit abundant and varied, neither limited to season nor forbidden. And upon beds raised high, their beds will be raised high. Indeed, we have produced the women of paradise in a new creation. Subhanallah. We are going to be recreated. We have produced the women of paradise in a new creation and made them virgins. Did you hear that? We're going to be virgins again. Devoted to their husbands and of equal age, perpetually youthful and beautiful. For the companions of the right, who are a company of the former peoples and a company of the later peoples. Yani, most of them have gone, but still most of them are still going to be in our generation and generations after us. We just need to strive and work towards it. Just let us do what Allah wants us to do. Let us run away from what He forbids and embrace what He allows. Let us follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ and his Sahaba and the Tabi'in and the followers of the Tabi'in and our great scholars and all our devoted scholars and teachers who have learned the ways of Allah and are teaching us. Let us read the Quran. Let us absorb the message of Allah in the Quran. Let us read the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, and let us put all of these things into action to qualify to be Ashab al-Yamin or As-Sabiqun As-Sabiqun. We just have to do it right. And I know that sometimes it becomes very, very challenging. It becomes tough. It becomes difficult, because sometimes, we get overwhelmed by our needs of this world, our daily bread and, seeking our daily bread and all that. And, striking the balance between, worship and what we need to do to keep body and soul together. Allah knows of all these challenges of ours. And that is why the Prophet ﷺ taught us that Allah does not look at the result of your work, but He looks at the effort you put in to get to that result. In fact, your effort will determine how much credit you're going to get from Allah. Your effort will determine how much reward you're going to get for Allah. There are people that may be striving, in this world, and they have very little to show for it in terms of material wealth, in terms of what is considered as success in this world. Like if you drive down the street and you see someone that has a beautiful house, very luxurious and everything, and have all kinds of beautiful cars, first class cars, the latest kind of cars, all parked in their garage, and they have everything to make one happy in this world. But can we say they are really, really accomplished? Or can we say they're truly happy? Everybody has whatever he or she is dealing with. But whatever we may be going through, whatever our challenges are, we should try and strive and make sure that it does not stop us from connecting with Allah Azza wa Jalla, from doing the will of Allah Azza wa Jalla, for embracing what Allah wants us to do, it does not disturb, it should not disturb us from doing what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has shown us as examples of leading a good life. You know, we have learned so much from Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. We learned that it is not righteousness only by turning to the right or the left or to the north or to the south or to the east or the west, looking for Qibla and, you know, praying all the time, if we do not, you know, complement it with good behavior. If we do not complement it with good behavior, with good akhlaq. You know, someone once said, if you look at yourself in the mirror, right, and you are pleased with what you see, say Alhamdulillah, because that is not your handiwork. That is the handiwork of Allah. That is the creation of Allah. The reflection you see in the mirror, that is Allah. But who you really are is what you do. Is what you spend your time doing, what you spend your resources doing. That is what tells us who you are. How you treat your fellow human beings, how you behave, what you do, what you watch, what you say, you know, how you treat members of your family, what you do within the, you know, the secrecy, the privacy of your home, what you listen to, what you watch, the kinds of things you do on the internet when nobody is watching. That is what determines who you really are. This body that we have, no matter how good it looks, is just a casing that we're using temporarily. And it's going to come off, right? And we'll have a new creation on the day of Qiyamah. A new creation that is suitable for Al-Jannah. Walayazu billah. A new creation that's suitable for hell, for Ashabul Shimal. Now, let us find out just a little bit about Ashabul Shimal, the companions of the left. What did Allah say about them? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأصحاب الشمال ما أصحاب الشمال في سموم وحميم وظل من يحموم لا بارد ولا كريم إنهم كانوا قبل ذلك مترفين وكانوا يصرون على الحنث العظيم وكانوا يقولون أئذا متنا وكنا ترابا وعظاما أئنا لمبعوثون أو آباؤنا الأولون قل إن الأولين والآخرين لمجموعون إلى ميقات يوم معلوم. Subhanallah, Sadaqallahu al-Azim. So, who are the companions of the left? Companions of the left, who are they? They will be in scorching fire, in scalding water, and a shade of black smoke, neither cool nor beneficial. Indeed, they were before that indulging in affluence, and they used to persist in great violation. And they used to say, when we die and become dust and bones, are we indeed to be resurrected? And our forefathers as well? Say, O Muhammad, indeed, the former and the later peoples are to be gathered together for the appointment of a known day. No doubt about it. The day of Qiyamah is going to come. The day of reckoning, the day of judgment, the day of regret is going to come. Those who do good will regret, that will be wishing, how I wish I had done more to get more reward today. And those who perpetrated acts of evil, subhanallah, they will have nothing but regrets. And they will be asking Allah, Ya Allah, please, let us go back to the world. Let us go back to that life again. And we promise you we will do right. We will obey you. It's too late. The time to change is now. The time to believe that La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is now. The time to believe that there is none worthy of worship except Allah. That there is no God except the one that created the heavens and the earth. Allah Azza wa Jalla. The time to believe in Him is now. The time to believe in all His angels is now, though we cannot see them. The time to believe in all His prophets is now. From our father Adam to Noah to Abraham to Ishaq, Isaac, Ishmael, to Yusuf, Joseph, to Yaqub, Jacob, Israel. Jacob is also known as Israel, and all his 12 children are known as Bani Israel, the children of Israel, and all their generations. To Musa, to Isa, Jesus Christ, to Moses, and to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have to believe in all of them. Allah said He continuously, as He promised our father Adam, to send messengers to us. 124,000 messengers. 313 amongst them were, prophets. 240,000 prophets, and 313 amongst them are messengers. 25 of them are mentioned in the Quran. So many of them that Allah did not mention. But we as Muslims must believe in them, and must believe in the fact that out of the mercy of Allah is He sending them to us to continue to guide us and to remind us of what we should and what we shouldn't do. So let us read the Quran. The Quran consists, it is the summary of all the messages that Allah had been sending to us from the time of our father Adam till this moment, till the Quran came. So if you want to connect with Allah, if you want the message of the one that created you, just read the Quran and read it in the language you understand. May Almighty Allah continue to guide us and bless us and forgive us of all our sins. Tonight is the 27th night, people, another odd night. We should keep the vigil and make sure we connect with Allah and pray and ask for His forgiveness and His mercy. May Almighty Allah make it easy for all of us. So on behalf of my producer, Tokumba Olympio, and the entire production crew of Afrocentric TV, I remain your sister in Islam, Ghaniya Akorede, saying Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayka. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Ma salama ila liqa.